How do our thoughts transform into reality? I'm going to tell you how right now, and then I'm going to guide you through an exercise so you can do it. Ready? Okay, well, something important to understand right away is that we live in a second-hand world. What does that mean? Everything around you, just look at anything you could see. Right now, I'm looking at my computer screen, my video camera, my microphone, my keyboard. I could see the Venetian blinds, the printer, everything around me. Even my Dunkin' Donuts coffee is secondhand because the initial creation was the thought. Thoughts become things. So the thought is the initial creation. Let's think of it this way. When someone created the Mona Lisa, in their mind, they were thinking, oh, I want to have this beautiful woman and have her, pose this way. And they painted it and made it look beautiful in their mind. It was wonderful. It was the best thing since buttered bread. But once that artist actually painted the Mona Lisa, it came out as this simple, plain woman with a crooked smile. I mean, it was okay, but since he was such a famous artist, okay, you get all the noteworthiness. So think about that. When you think of something initially, this cup, when somebody decided to create this cup, it probably had rainbows coming out of it. It was musical. It probably was glimmering, made out of brass. The straw was, everything was so wonderful. But when they created it, this was the best they can come up with. Think about all the things that you have in front of you. The microphone, when somebody made that, it probably had all kinds of colors. It probably was very, very fancy, but with the materials, this was the best they can come up with. Secondhand creation, secondhand creation, secondhand creation, because the initial one was so much better. Because when you're thinking of things, when you use your imagination, wow. Have you ever thought of something like that where you created something in your mind or planned something out that you wanted to do? And when you finally did it, it was nowhere near what you thought. So we live in a secondhand world. Everything over there, okay, in the world of thought, the subconscious or the fourth dimension is beautiful. So let's go ahead and do it right now. I'm going to have you create things through your thoughts. Okay, so you're going to transform your thought into reality. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to close your eyes right now. Close your eyes and use your imagination. I want you to imagine that you're in front of a group of people and you're going to make them laugh with the world's funniest face. So imagine yourself making the funniest face you can think of. Focus on this funny face while your eyes are still closed, because that's when your imagination works best. And see yourself looking so hysterically funny. You can hear the laughing of the people and see them holding their bellies, laughing and doubling over because you look so funny. Okay, so remember what you look like. Now open your eyes. What I'd like you to do right now, and seriously, please do this to get the total effect. Go to the nearest mirror that you can find, a reflective surface, or even your cell phone, and make that face for yourself. Okay? Did it come out as funny in reality? Did it come out exactly as you imagined it, as you thought about it? So you created something, but it was a secondhand creation of what you thought. So that face you made is a creation, is your masterpiece, is your Mona Lisa, which came from your thought. Now, some of you might say, oh, yeah, it was just as funny. Well, what I'd like you to do, if that be the case, is to go out front of someone, maybe your wife, your children, friends, and make that face again and see if you got the same reaction as you did in your imagination. Did it come out the same? And you probably find out that it was a little different. So everything began with a thought. Thoughts become things. Even the things you say. You might think of something really wonderful, and when it comes out, it just doesn't come out right. I remember one of my clients once told me, she says, I still remember my wedding day. My husband recited his vows. They were beautiful. He said all these wonderful things. And I wanted to come up and be just as deep and just as beautiful. And I looked at him and I said, ditto. Okay. In her mind, ditto meant the exact same thing. But what would you think if your spouse said, ditto? Me too. Okay, so thoughts become things, but sometimes they're not the same kind of things. So everything began as a thought, whether it's positive or even negative. So even the negative things that people do, they think of them first. So keep that in mind that we live in a secondhand world, and now you see how your thoughts transform into reality because every thought becomes something. It's kind of like instead of cause and effect, think of it as thought and effect. This is one of the reasons why I'm always saying question everything. Don't just take it at face value. Question everything to find out how things really work. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.